Glass. Hello, everyone. I know it's a weird hour, but I wanted to watch this and I don't want to do it by myself. I'm scared. Also, I figured since I was gone, it would be good to have like a live just to kind of bring everybody back into the fold. Hey, hello, everybody. Hello, Emo. You are never alone. You are part of the group now. Hello, hi. Hi. How are you? Hello, Lee. Hello, Land Designer. Hello, Jennifer Frankenfield. It's good to see you. Hello, Casey. Hello, Megan. Hello, Hellfire. Hellfire shows up and so does my cat. Hmm. Hello, Angela. Hello, B. Hello, Ruby Sky. Don't tie me to your migraines, Ruby. That'd be awful. Hello, Textbook Committee. Hello, Rocky. Hello. I said Ruby Sky, right? Hello, Cat Hair. It is a pink Beaubaton's hat. I'm gonna decorate it up some. Ooh, come back. I'm gonna put some flowers and I wanted a spring witchy hat, so this is it. Are you comfy? Don't feel like you're comfy. Oh my god. Stop it. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Hello, Miss Jellyfish. And Fatima. Anna. One-Eyed John. I think I got Megan, yeah. Hellfire did summon the cat. We're blaming her. All right, so the reason I want to watch this, honestly, is because I used to watch Repzion a lot. I think I'm saying his name right. I might not be. But I used to watch him a lot. And I think he's trying to, like... He's only 32? Wow. Not to be mean, but I thought he was older than that. I think he's trying to, like, kind of phase out a little bit. But he really went hard on Onision way back in the day, and I don't know why Onision's having a little bit of a resurgence lately. All right, look. I know, they can't see you. How about that? It's the worstest thing ever. Anyway, I just thought it might be interesting to check in with it a little. I don't know if you guys can see the cat. Hi. They only come here to see you anyway. Please don't walk on my keyboard. Do not walk on the keyboard. Jerk. He's a jerk. All right, let's put this back where it belongs. I'm not trying to be mean. He's just a very mature looking 32, but he's had kind of a rough go. So, you know, at least I assume. I don't know. I'm making excuses for it. I don't know. Have you not had enough attention today and so you must come and wreak havoc on the live stream? Or did you just know I went live? You thought you forgot Onision existed? Yeah, I mean, it's probably better that way, honestly. Why? What? Why was it hard to get in, Smug? Or is there problems? Oh, thank you, B. The Onion Man. Yes, the Onion Man. He is so awful. My vacation did go well. Obviously, I got this hat. I got this really cool 3D printed dragon. Isn't he neat? He's so cool. Like an Asian style dragon. His little legs. Anyway, I'm very fascinated with him. That'd be annoying. Can't really see him anyway, so. Huh? No, never mind. Smart. And then I got cat toys. These are stuffed with catnip. And as you can see, they have already been thoroughly chewed. So this is the only reason my cats were happy to see me when I came home. So, no, you want one? The hat. There you go. They don't seem to like the moon very much. They really like this planchette. They like the hat. They're not so crazy about the moon, and I'm not really sure if it just doesn't have as much catnip in it or if they just don't like the shape of it, so. But it'll keep him occupied. And then, oh, I got a new set of runes. And I specifically got these. I guess we'll find out here. To see if they will show up any better. Yeah, you can see those. Yeah. The whole reason I bought these is because, well, A, the pattern on them is really cool. And B, I wanted to see if you could see them on camera better. Because they just don't show up on camera very well with the sets I have. So I got a set specifically for YouTube. We'll break that in. I don't know if we'll do it today, but we'll break it in later on. So. Oh, yes, and I got new earrings. I got my cute little planchette earrings. I got another set that they look like a tarot card, and it's got a cat and a woman's leg, and it says Cat Mom on them. I'll wear those later. I'll let you know, because they're so cute. Your laptop doesn't believe I'm a channel. Yes. These are, I wish I could remember who makes them, but it's that plastic. Resin? I don't know what they are. I like them though. They're good and sturdy. Oh yeah, the cool thing about this dragon, because my partner has a 3D printer, and yes, I got him his own 3D printed dragon. His has wings. Is they print in one piece. So this whole thing is printed all at once, and then they pull it off the tray, and it just pulls all off. Anyway, they're really cool. And he's super bendy. Like, he's got no bones. So I have played with him a lot. So actually, can I put him on my hat? I did this one day. I had him on my hat one day. Huh? Kind of. Yeah, now he's looking at you. Going right? Here we go. You can't even tell. You can't even tell. Oh well. It's a thought that counts, right? This is a big leap from Girl World, yes. I wanted to watch it, but I'm scared to watch it by myself, so I figure I do this with Foodie, so why not do it with Onision? Repzion's pretty good. I don't know what to expect in this, though, to be honest. I don't know what to expect in it. Mainly because he says this is an archive. Year 1, 2012, this is an archive. As I phase out content creation for a normal private life, I want to thank everyone for all the support over the years. I haven't gotten
this
past
video response.
Okay, never mind. I thought I paused it, but I didn't. So I guess this is going to be an archive of Repzion's old videos? Look at him. Look at baby Repzion. Look. Back when the Bieber hairstyle was popular. And then there's a year 2. So if this one doesn't scar me too badly, we might watch year 2. But this one is like an hour and 42 minutes long. So we may not watch the whole thing. Maybe us dragons don't have bones. He is a terrible... Well, Repzion's okay. Onision's awful. It is not a new video, Angela. It is a compilation of Repzion's old research into Onision. Well, Smug, you're about to find out. Oh, Baeyang, you liked Onision for a while. Interesting. Interesting. Well, for those of you who used to watch Onision, it'll be interesting to hear why you did. Like, what drew you to him. I'm not judging. You've never heard of Onision or Repzion. Repzion is one of those people that if he ever makes a series about you, if he decides to make a video about you, you have fucked up. You might as well just quit. But it looks like he's trying to retire, which is fair. He's been on YouTube for a long time. Shane Dawson. Was him and Shane friends? Onion Boy was on a panel with Foodie once. Right? Hellfire. Yeah, Onion has opinions. It is okay to not know who this person is. It is pretty fine. Yeah, I like Mr. Corgi. Well, you know, guys, we might get to that. But this is early. From what I can tell, this is really early Repzion videos about Onision, which should be very interesting. I mean, I can't really think of a better candidate for, like, dark anthropology than Onision, only because his whole shtick was manipulation. Still is, as far as I understand. And he was more successful at it than most people. Now, I know that there's going to be some really uncomfortable topics that are going to come up out of this, stuff that we don't usually touch on the channel. So just be prepared for that. Hopefully we'll get a little bit of a warning before we get into some of those topics. I don't think any of them are vital right up front, but I don't know. Oh, since I have everyone here, let's see. Here we go. All right. No, did I close the window? Right. This is another one that I was thinking about watching with you guys. This video contains James Charles. Mr. Snowflake put out a video. It's only like 27 minutes long. It's should James Charles be removed from YouTube? And I kind of want to watch it. I don't know a ton about James Charles. I just know that there were a lot of like controversy and stuff around him, and that like something Snapchat, something underage kids. I don't remember. So give me just a second, guys. Doo-doo. I had to blow my nose, sorry. So. Well, from what I understand, Onision had kind of a magnetic draw to young women for some reason. And I guess we'll find out. I didn't know who the hell he was until I started watching Repzion, and Repzion started making videos about him. So that's the only way I know anything about Onision. That and Omegyon, not to be confused, also did some videos on him way back in the day. So that's another thing that I might watch some of is Omegyon. Just because I like him, and I haven't watched him in a hot minute. All right, I'm not speeding him up just yet, so... The naked foodie movements blur together. Yeah. James Charles is mercifully brief yet detailed. The psychopath. Well, he's certainly not a stable person. All right. I guess this is your warning that we're going to be watching Onision, and he's not a good person. So there you go.
Is kind of important because when I watched this video, I couldn't do anything but laugh, but at the same time actually feel sorry because this person doesn't understand what they're saying, but more than that, that they are completely blind to their own actions, which they themselves say they don't commit.
I'm just blown away at how young not only does Repzion look, but how young he sounds in this video. This was YouTube, man. Back in the day, you sat on your floor and you filmed yourself from the floor with your bed or your couch in the background. That was your background. That was YouTube. That was high quality.
Let's take a look.
Hey guys, I have been removed from the list of speakers on the VidCon site. And I was recently contacted by someone who represents VidCon. What they said was that I was removed because parents were complaining. They weren't necessarily complaining about me being at the event as much as they were complaining about me being a speaker. And I say this because that's why they contacted VidCon in the first place, because I was listed as a speaker. That and the individual who was talking to me who represented VidCon stated that I could still attend the event. So what this comes down to is that they don't want me to voice my opinion. I mean, why else could I still attend the event and not talk into a microphone? Because they don't want me to say anything that's on my mind.
I don't remember any of this. But I'm not a big follower of VidCon either, so.
These parents are afraid I'm going to say something to their kids, if they even are parents. Maybe they're just haters pretending to be parents.
Haters pretending to be parents. I disagree. I think these are genuine parents who have a real concern for the safety of their children and teens. They have a concern for the safety of their teens and their family members attending VidCon 2012 because of you. There's nothing wrong with that. And in fact, I respect those parents who have taken a stance against you. I really do. Because anyone who has a child or children needs to be aware of people like you.
Onision has kids. Like, spoilers, but like it still blows my freaking mind that he has kids. Hi, Grace.
And the things that you say. But not just say, the things that you try to force upon others. See, you later mentioned about Shane Dawson being offensive and saying inappropriate things. But there's a big difference between Shane Dawson and you. Now, I don't like Shane Dawson. Or you. But...
or you.
But... Shane Dawson does not force his views upon people.
I'd chew on that one. I, honest to God, only know who Shane Dawson is because other people talk about him. I don't think I've ever actually watched a Shane Dawson video in its entirety ever. I've never gone to his channel as far as I can remember. So I really just don't know a lot about Shane Dawson other than there was some controversy and stuff like that. I know Mr. Snowflake toyed with the idea of doing a Shane Dawson documentary. I think it would be kind of neat. I feel like we're just kind of jumping into the middle of the story here, but that's okay. It's really okay. Got a thing on VidCon?
And this is what confuses me. I
always thought his hair was a wig, to be perfectly honest with you. I thought he was wearing a wig.
Shane Dawson to be very, very hilarious. He's a very funny guy. Says a lot of inappropriate things. But it's funny nevertheless. At the first VidCon, he cussed like crazy. How many people protested him talking at the next event? At the next event, he joked about pedophilia repeatedly. How many people protested the 2012 event coming up? Probably not very many people. Shane Dawson says a lot of things that I would assume most parents don't want their kids to hear. Things that I would never say on stage. I rarely swear in person. I really do.
I'll have to go check and see that. You guys say he has a video out already. We'll have to check that out too.
I rarely say anything that's extremely offensive in person. And yet, I'm being censored, and somebody who's much, much more offensive than I am in person isn't.
Just the antiquity of these videos is just what's killing me the most. Like, it's just so, like, too much light, you know, bad sound. Not that I have a lot of room to talk about sound, but it's just like sitting on the floor in front of your furniture. He's obviously in a chair, but it's just, nostalgia.
He's much, much more popular than me, yes. However, there are people that are far less popular than me who are still speaking. So it doesn't really quite add up. I support Shane Dawson. I support Shane Dawson and his freedom to joke around and say really offensive things because that's what people love. But what I don't support is this bias, this unfair bias, where because I have an opinion on vegetarianism, or I have an opinion on religion, or I have an opinion on circumcision, I'm not allowed to speak. So you can joke about pedophilia, and you can swear in front of all these kids like crazy, but you can't have these opinions that I have.
Okay, I am going to speed this up some. I wasn't sure what to expect, so I didn't want to speed it up too much. You think 1.5 would be too fast for you guys? If it is, we'll slow it down, but everybody spoke really slow back in the day. Oh no! Where you going, buddy? Trying to escape over here. I don't know enough about Shane to know if he's funny or not. Is that his... You know, back in the day, you could be on YouTube and just be, like, a person. And that was enough, you know? So there's a lot of the older snowflakes. There's a lot of the older YouTubers who are really just personalities. They don't have a point to their videos. There's no, like, theme to their channel or anything like that. Yeah, video quality from a bygone era. They kissed? He's being silenced.
Because that is just too offensive. So let's censor Onision. Let's prevent Onision from saying anything. Because that's the American thing to do, is to censor someone who has a difference in opinion from speaking at a very diverse, what is intended to be a very accepting event. So with that being said, if this isn't resolved, I mean, I just don't see the point in going to VidCon, because obviously I'm an unwelcome person. Obviously VidCon isn't proud to back me. They're not proud to show their support for me.
What is VidCon? I wasn't cool enough to know what VidCon was. Do they still do VidCon? Like, I have a vague idea. Well, here you go. VidCon! What's digital culture center stage as the world's leading digital creators, platform innovators, and their fans converge in one place. I don't know who any of those people are. I am old. What do the tickets go for? One day is $100. Gen Con's not even that expensive. If you want to go for the creator track, looking to learn how to build a brand online, it's $260 for... What the hell am I paying $1,000 for? Unparalleled access to the movers and shakers of the digital content, digital and social media platform worlds, and its idea for anyone involved with them in any professional. Y'all need an editor for your copy, my dears. Truly an all-access pass to everything VidCon has to offer. I wouldn't pay that to go to Gen Con. And I love gaming. A year-long subscription provides on-demand access to a curated library encompassing creator and industry track sessions. $200 a year. Jeez Louise. And to think at some point, Onision was asked to come speak here. Like, let's see. I don't know anybody. I'm just, I think I remember I did a thing. Nope, never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. Are these just people from channels? There was a different... This is just the A's. Wow. All right. Do I know any of these people? What is Claw Quest? He at least looks like he has a personality. This person does it. Okay, there we go. I was like, their name is in white on a white background. Good job. Oh, I've watched this person once. Oh, there's Hank Green. I know who Hank Green is. Yay! I knew a person. Not a total loser. Not a very, not to be mean, but it's not a very diverse group of people. But that's just me. Maybe I just haven't gone down far enough. That's kind of cool. I don't know who that person is. Does that man have a chinchilla on his head? He does, indeed. That's why we call this a research stream. I'm trying to think. Is that the guy that does the comedy sketches? Because if it is, he's really funny. How many people are there in this smosh? Like, at least 5. Hey, Stephen He. I know that. And Stephen... Sorry, that's funny the way they got them lined up. I know these guys. They're funny. And that's the guy I was thinking of earlier. I was following these two guys before they were famous. Well, okay, I've recognized... Oh, the Try Guys. I know who the Try Guys are. Alright, I recognized 4 people. Yay! Where were we? We're here? Here we are. Froggy Frogbait 2. Oops.
Because if they were, they would not have removed me from their site. So, thank you for supporting me through all this. Hopefully everything works out. Bye, guys.
This is really important for you to understand, Greg Onision. It's not that you're being censored from your opinion. It's how you present your opinion to other people. Your opinion is not wanted when your opinion is forced upon others. There are plenty of videos and examples on your channel of you hating on people and trying to force people to become vegans. When you hold a belief or a view or an opinion and you try to force that on people, it's not going to go over well. You're going to get people angry at you, and you're especially going to get people, parents, defending their children. Because when you start forcing your views on the people, it no longer becomes an opinion. I've made a lot of videos on YouTube, over 200 in fact, and there's not a single video I've made.
It's adorable. Over 200 videos.
Where I talk about Christianity and attempt to force my beliefs on anybody. And there's a reason for that. In fact, this goes for everybody, not just you, Onision, but anyone who has a view on something, whether it's abortion, philosophy, God, religion, VidCon 2012, Shane Dawson. When you try to force that upon other people, it's not going to work.
I think I need more context for this particular video, only because, like, if Onision's just saying stuff on his channel, I'm not defending him. I mean, don't take this way. I'm just confused by what's going on. If Onision's just using his channel to say the shit he's going to say, which is what channels are for, it's not really forcing your opinion on people because that's your channel. So I'm not really sure what the forcing the opinion argument is here, which is unfortunate because otherwise it's out of context. And I mean, I'm just assuming Onision's in the wrong, because I know Repzion. So
Forcing someone to try to believe something you believe doesn't work. It doesn't work in opinions. It doesn't work in religion. You don't see the amazing atheist trying to force people to become atheists, do you? I mean, in your
oh my god, this is like watching a flashback.
videos against people eating meat, you call people who eat meat, such as me, idiots, douchebags, a-holes.
Oh yeah, I forgot Onision is a vegan, or was anyway.
People without brains, you call them stupid. You call Christians, anyone who's a Christian, and anybody who believes in God, anyone who's a Christian, no matter who they are, even me, is a douchebag. You said that in your last video on talking about God. That's you trying to force people to believe different things, and if they don't agree with you, you call them malicious, insulting names. You gotta learn to understand and take criticism from people. And the best thing about this video that you're making is you act like you're so shocked from being censored. From you not being able to attend VidCon or share your opinions. I should say, force your beliefs, not share your opinions. But what I love most about this video that you've made is the fact that you're complaining about being censored, but you don't even realize or see that you are getting the treatment that you deserve. Because what do you do on all your videos? If someone says any valid criticism against you, you delete their comment. You block them on YouTube. In fact, if you go to most of your videos, all the like bar and dislike bar are all disabled. You censor comments. You only approve nice comments or comments that build you up. You are being censored, and you are getting the treatment that you've been treating others for so long now. How does it feel? How does it feel to be censored from sharing your opinion? Because that's what you've been doing for the past, I don't know, 2 years? Or is it longer than that? You won't even approve my videos that I've posted as a response.
Ah, response videos. I miss response videos. So, what's his name? Well, I know his real name now, but where'd he go? Strive for Change did a reaction to my reaction to him, because we reacted to him live. And back in the day, you used to be able to do reaction videos between each other because it was supposed to encourage content interaction. I miss being able to do that because that's effectively what was going on there between him and I. And I miss it. I miss being able to do that kind of thing. I know you can tag people. What is it called? Response or something? No. Mentions? You can tag people as a mention. I guess maybe that's their replacement for response videos. I guess. The problem with being tagged in the mentions are, I don't get notified about that. So I have to remember to go and check it, or else I've been in there a few times and like Rocky's Whoopi makes little shorts and posts and things and ats me in them all the time. I don't see them unless I remember to go in and look. And I didn't even know that crap was possible until one day I just stumbled on it. So. But I still felt Onision was insane. I don't really remember most of Onision's platforms. Honestly, other than he's just freaking weird.
You block people, delete them, delete the comments. So really, you had this coming for you. You really did. And I don't feel sorry for you at the fact that you're being censored. In fact, I'm glad. I'm glad that there are parents out there to stand behind their children and say, we do not want that man near our children. The things he says and the things he tries to force on others. I'm against censorship. That's why I let all my videos, people thumb up, thumb down, type whatever they want. If they want to mock me because I believe in God, so be it. I'm not going to delete their comment because of that. You do. And that's the true difference between you and me. I don't censor people. You do. And it's rightfully so that you finally get censored from yourself.
Rocky's Whoopi's channel's fun if you like pugs, and I do. So I do enjoy the pug ASMR videos. Was it they were snoring in unison in the last one or something like that? It was really cute. Yeah, Onision was just unhinged in the few things I've seen, the documentaries and stuff I've seen about him. I don't know if in this particular video, Repzion, remember, this one's from like January 25th, 2012. So this video's 13 years old or something like that. 12, 13 years old. Anyway, something like that. Excuse me. And I don't really know if forcing your opinion on somebody is really the argument, considering it's Onision's channel, but criticizing people for criticizing you, like, and attacking them in the whole, like, if you're not with me, you're evil, bad, horrible person, you know, that's a different statement and is not, I think, a ideal way to handle a problem. But I do remember back in the day, like, it was, even though you could limit, you could curate your comment section, you were allowed to do that. It was considered taboo, especially in the skeptics community, which Repzion actually comes out of. And it was considered taboo because it was considered soft censorship. And I still had the stance back then as I do today. It's your channel. If that's what you need to do for your channel to feel safe for you, then that's what you got to do. But when people find out that that's what you're doing, there's going to be some backlash to it. So we're just going to watch a little bit of this Miss Jellyfish because, like, I find Repzion's videos fascinating. I thought this was going to be something different than what it is right now, though. So, but I don't know how much of this we'll actually end up watching.
And others. I congratulate Hank Green for saying what he did to you. This is what Hank Green has to say. I'm reading it from my computer. Now here's my 100% honest, frank reaction that you should feel free to share this with everyone. I'm angry at the person who took you off the site without my permission. I had never planned to have you on stage at VidCon. I have no problem with you being there, but we have a very limited stage time. The page that you were on was speakers and guests. You are on the guest category just as you were last year. I am now, because of the controversy starting, to feel like it might actually not be as safe for you to come to the conference. This is upsetting, and we have prevented people from coming before out of concern for their safety. I'm keeping my eye on the situation, and hopefully it will calm down. But keep in mind that it's possible that you will not be safe, so we will not allow you to come. Now listen to this, Onision. I don't agree with a lot of what you say or do in your videos. This is also true for many others at VidCon. But I'm thankful that I live in a world where you are free to say what you like. VidCon is a private entity, and if our goals do not line up with your presence, we won't be able to have you. Whether that's because we can't afford the security necessary to keep you safe, or because we don't think that your presence would be conducive to the constructive atmosphere that we have worked so hard to build. And I'm going to be honest. You at VidCon destroys the atmosphere. I'm attending VidCon 2012 this year, and I'm glad that you're not being able to attend. And I'm not saying that because I'm trying to be mean. I'm saying that because it's true. You would disrupt the atmosphere at VidCon 2012 because all you are capable of doing is forcing your beliefs upon others, not taking criticism, and if anyone disagrees with you, you give them the middle finger.
I still don't know if I agree with the forcing your opinion on people argument that Repzion's making. However, the other 2 points are pretty solid. So again, early video. Repzion only had 200 videos at this point. Oh my god, it's like a time capsule. I am kind of glad Repzion's putting these out just because of the like time capsule-esque-ness of them. Give me a second, guys. I need to turn my AC on. It's like almost 100 here today. Yeah, it's my shoulder. Need a shoulder. There we go. You hear a little bit of a hum. That's my AC. Yeah, he doesn't allow for dissent of his beliefs, One-Eyed John. And that's a problem, I feel like. I try to be pretty open with things. There's several topics that I've taken a hard stance on, but I also acknowledge that people don't... Yeah, even if I take a hard stance on something, people don't have to agree with me, you know? It's just... We're probably not going to come to terms with an argument either. Platinum lemur, wow. Right, Lee. Like, sorry, scooting around in my chair. Woo! Jeez. Oh no. It's very hot. Philly's going through quite the heat wave, and it's just the beginning of summer, so I am not looking forward to August. I am not entirely sure how we're gonna make it. But we will, because it's Philly.
That's why we don't want you at VidCon. Peace, the rep out. Guess who may be seeing Judge Judy? That's right, Greg, also known as Onision. Let's see what he has to say.
Oh yeah, I forgot. He like changed his name or something?
Hey guys, I just got off the phone with some of the people at Judge Judy. I mentioned briefly before that I was going to contact Judge Judy about being conned out of almost $2,000 by my ex-girlfriend, and it turns out they're interested in my case. The only
Oh my god. I vaguely remember this.
question is whether or not we can get that old Canadian down here to see some American justice. No, but I think that she's going to be interested in this case just because she thinks she's right. She's pretty set on believing whatever she wants to believe, and so maybe by the end of the month we'll have Judge Judy telling us who's right. Maybe it's me that is 100% honest, like I've been telling you guys all this time. Or maybe Judge Judy will side with the Canadian, who knows?
First things first here, Judge Judy knows when somebody's lying. And my guess is that if you go to court, Shiloh's going to be lying, and you are going to be lying. You both are going to be lying, and being a long time of Judge Judy, and having been a long viewer of Judge Judy, she calls out liars on the spot, on national television, right then and there.
I've never watched Judge Judy. I know who she is, and I've seen clips, but I've never watched Judge Judy, so...
Both sides. Not one.
So I guess my point is I find it funny that everyone's holding her up as some kind of beacon of judicial justice in the United States, but, you know, I know she's on television. Did he go on Judge Judy?
But both sides. She can see past it. She's been a judge for, what, almost 20 years? More than, I think, 20 years. I've been watching her since I've been, like, 9. She knows her stuff. So if you're lying, she's going to know. She can read people, especially people like you, Greg,
Yeah, Greg.
who's supposedly very, very honest all the time.
The point is that I'm going to bring plenty of evidence, I'm going to bring plenty of statements and so forth, supporting my case as usual because I am a man of evidence.
Now, if you're
My problem with Onision has always been that he just talks and acts like he's the smartest person that has ever walked the planet. And you know those people that kind of like give off cult leader vibes? Onision has always given off cult leader vibes to me.
If you're watching this video, Onision, I want to give you some real advice here. You say that you have evidence. And I want, as a genuine human being, I want to tell you that going to court, you may think you have evidence, but there is a very high chance that your evidence that you think is known as evidence will not be taken seriously. The reason I say that is because the only evidence that Judge Judy is going to accept is if you have a written or verbal or signed contract between you and your ex-girlfriend stating that while you were in a relationship with your ex-girlfriend, that she agreed to pay you back the money you gave her. If there's no verbal agreement or of that conversation, or there's no signed contract, then she's not going to take her case seriously. Because later in this video you say, well, she conned me out of $2,000 while I was dating her, she was seeing other men, and I was giving her money or whatever. That's what I could from understand. You were giving her money while you guys were dating and stuff, and she was out dating other guys or something like that. And if that's true, that's really not a solid case to... You just can't... If you're giving money to someone just because you love them or care for them, unless they agree to pay you back the money, agree, like a contract, then they're not liable to pay you back. They don't have to pay you back anything. It's like when I bought gifts to my past relationship. I gave them to her as a gift because I loved and cared for her, and I can't just go over to her house and say, well, I want all these things I bought for you, well over $1,000 or in the year of the relationship. I want all that stuff back now. I can't do that because I gave it out.
I mean, you can, but I don't know how well that'll go.
Of love and kindness, and because I cared for the person, and there was no contract between us that that if we were to break up, that she'd give everything back. So unless you have a verbal agreement as evidence, there's a very high chance that the court case, if it actually goes, will be thrown out.
And principle and stuff.
To be fair, Megan, that was the hairstyle back in 2012, so...
I'm actively suing Shiloh or attempting to sue Shiloh for almost $2,000 because that is what I was conned out of. She was dating 2 people simultaneously, pretending she was dating me while taking money freely from me, and I feel like that's 100% wrong. If I win the case, I will be happy to donate to whatever charity you guys decide.
Emo, yay! You've been a member for 1 month, mwahaha. What did Onion do to tick this guy off back then? I'm not entirely sure. Repzion has always had the reputation of trying to get into the meat and bones of things, whatever topic catches his attention, and Onision just got his attention somehow. So that's probably how this all got started, was Onision just came across Repzion's radar. This is back when you can do response videos, so I'm sure there was some back and forth between them. And Greg, nothing wrong with the name Greg, but later on, I don't know how far on in, but later on we'll find out that Onision tries to change his name and won't respond to the name Greg anymore, and something weird went on there, and then he was Greg again, and there's a whole thing. I don't know. I'm not entirely positive how much of this we're really going to end up watching, but mushroom tea. When you were 15, that's adorable. But yeah, so I think it's on my lip. But yeah, as far as what exactly it was that got Repzion on Onision's case, I have no idea.
We'll probably start a poll if the case is accepted on which charity you guys want me to donate to. All the money that is taken from Shiloh will go straight to charity. So it would be like almost a good thing what happened to us. While I could use that money, I just don't feel good taking the money back. It's just a weird principle thing. I don't know. It's like I want the money back, but I don't want the money back because now it's like tainted. So I just kind of want to like give it to some good organization and just get over the whole thing. Anyway.
Such a martyr.
To Shiloh. Stop contacting me. You're still contacting me. You're still emailing me. You're still talking about me, blogging about me, tweeting about me, and so forth. Facebook stats, updating about me. Stop it. I keep telling you to stop, but you won't. Stop, please. Okay, I'll see you in court.
This actually goes to court. It means Shiloh was brave enough to agree taking me on in front of Judge Judy. Cross your fingers. I think that's from Onision, not Repzion.
Bye.
Here's what I think about the situation. You want to go on Judge Judy because you want
Thank you. Thank you, ID10 Witch.
Publicity. You want attention, and if you can do that by going on Judge Judy and getting accepted into Judge Judy, you'll do it. It's kind of like the when you asked the Amazing Atheist to go on the Steve Wilkos show, and you wanted attention. You want publicity from.
That might actually be the connection. Amazing Atheist was a very large, very popular atheist channel. It was friendly with a lot of people, so the connection might be Amazing Atheist as to how Repzion found out about who Onision is.
Someone on national television, and you were willing to get the Amazing Atheist, TJ, where you attempted to try to get him to come on the show with you. It's a publicity stunt. You're not doing it because you sincerely want $2,000. I know for a fact how many subscribers and how many viewers you get on your videos that you make far more than $2,000. In fact, $2,000 to you is probably nothing. Hell, I make maybe $1,000 if I'm lucky if I work 40 hours a week. For 2 weeks, I can be lucky if I make $1,000. That's including overtime. In all seriousness, Onision, if you don't want her talking about you and seeing her talk about you, block her on Twitter and all the social networking sites. But more than that, ignore her. This actually kind of relates to a situation I was in, because last month, January 7th, I was in court because my ex-girlfriend took me to court for anti-harassment over Twitter. Twitter. They got a screenshot of something some other people said, which I asked some third-party people to ask my ex-girlfriend to why she took advantage of me. That's all I asked them to ask her that. And I saw what they wrote, and they asked, why did you take advantage of this person? And she responded by filing an anti-harassment order against me because of a Twitter message, and I had the cops come to my house, knock on my door, and hand me a anti-harassment 6-day temporary order, and that if I violate this order and try to contact my ex-girlfriend in 6 days, that I will be thrown in jail. No, I'm not making this up. I didn't try to contact her, and I'm someone who abides by the law, and I went to court, and it got thrown out. Here's the thing, if you're going to go to court with evidence, you have to have actual evidence that what I'm saying is harassing. Because number one, asking somebody a question, especially when it's not even from me directly, it's third party, asking somebody, why did you take advantage of somebody? That's not a legitimate reason to file an anti-harassment claim. Second of all, anti-harassment deals with unwanted contact, and I hadn't seen my ex-girlfriend since summer of 2010, and until all the way, a year and a half, until January 7th, I see her in court, is my next time I see her. And she, during that time, during December of 2011, she files a she was trying to get it permanent. She was trying to get a 1-year anti-harassment order put on my record because of a Twitter message. And of course, the judge threw it out because, number one, I have free speech. Number two, what I said was not slander. Number three, there was nothing objectionable with what I said. And number four, it wasn't considered harassment. And number five, there was she never ever contacted me and said, you know what, Daniel, I never want to see anything from you again. If you have any third party contact me and ask me questions about you, I don't want any of that. She never said anything like that. My last actual contact with her via seen her was in 2010, and it's just shocking that somebody can file an anti-harassment order and claim that they have evidence to prove that I am harassing somebody, when indeed I am not, and it's not even from me directly, it's from third-party people. And like I said...
Yeah, but you were going through an actual court, not through Judge Judy's court. I'm not entirely sure how Judge Judy's court works, because what's her jurisdiction? Like, how did that work? I'm very confused. I know she used to be a judge out of New York, and I knew that, but someone else reminded me in the chat. But I don't know. And also, depending on where you're at, depends on if that kind of a case can even go forward. And again, 12 years ago. So things have changed a lot.
Having a third-party person ask you, why did you use so-and-so, or why did you take advantage of them? Because I admit, from my past relationship, I feel taken advantage of. From how long the relationship lasted, and then how it ended, and the things that took place to why it ended. I'm still confused to this very day, but I'm not focused on that anymore. I'm happily moved on from that relationship, and I'm moving on with my life. And yeah, so with that said, I just wanted to share that with my viewers and subscribers, and by all means, Onision, if you are watching this, I hope
Sorry,
Judge
guys.
Judy, if you go to court, rules out both of you as being crazies, delusional, and that you guys are both wrong. That's all I gotta say. I'm Daniel Solzbach, also known as Mr. Repzion. Peace, rep, out. So I haven't made a video response to Onision, Greg, for quite some time.
Look at that hair. Look at that hair. That was some hair. It's the same camera. Just better lighting. The days when YouTubers were in crazy relationships. Court TV things have changed over the years. Now they are actors doing real cases, but jurisdictions. Yeah, I don't understand how the jurisdiction stuff works. Hello, Renata. Welcome. Binding arbiter. I know they have to sign some kind of contract basically saying that they have to abide by whatever ruling Judge Judy comes up with, so... Pet lover, it's more mediation than court. That seems doable. Yeah, I knew that there was some kind of, like, you had to sign something that basically said you will accept the judgment. There used to be another Judge Wapner. So, but there's that. Now you know everything I know. All right, this is not what I thought it was going to be. I'm not upset about it. But I don't think this is everybody's cup of tea. You kind of have to have been invested in this whole conversation to really want to know anything about this. So, probably... I'm going to click on the other one real fast, though. I want to see what year 2. What's on his community stuff? That's from 3 months ago.
My main grievance was her insistence.
That guy is hilarious. I have watched exactly 2 videos of his, and I about died the entire time. Oh, this is Illuminati. Yeah, this is the guy she went after, isn't it? Somebody asked me about the Illuminati thing. I don't really want to do, like, drama like this. Only because I don't typically know too much about it when I go into these types of situations. It's not really that I'm not interested. I just don't usually know a whole lot. So it's like, I feel like anything I'm going to say is just going to be... Well, it would be like Mr. Snowflake does, and I would just kind of be, like, researching what other people have to say. This is an archive as I phase out creating videos. I want to say thank you to the supporters. I am an old soul who just wants a private life free from the chaos that the internet brings when you're a public figure. These are some fond memories. Okay, so these aren't even like the whole thing. These are just archives that he's putting together.
Hey guys.
Oh my god, that hair. I wonder how many of these he's planning on doing. And I wonder why he's doing them in these formats. I don't know. I don't hate it. It's just not going to be anything, like, new and enlightening or anything like that. Oh my god. Masks and shit. Is that Hank Green? Yes, it is. There's a lot going on here. Why am I ear itched? Getting a legal judgment against someone who doesn't necessarily mean you get money. Was trying to sell his YouTube channel? Ooh! Dragon down! Dragon down! I got him. He's good. The Click. Yeah, that's who it is. She can't sue because he's in Sweden. Oh, that was Oz? I didn't realize that was his name. That's not Oz. That's Onision. Alright, what time is it? 3:30? Okay, let's see. Let's kill another hour here. Is there some beef between YouTube Underground and Chikara? Because I'm interested. Because I want the dirt. But, alright, let's watch this. The Click cracked my shit up, man. Let's watch this James Charles video. It's only about a half hour. And then I will go find the Shane Dawson video Mr. Snowflake did. So... I used to love Illuminati's videos, actually. The Chris Hansen versus Onision time frame. Yeah, Chris Hansen was like going after Onision there for a minute. Back when Chris Hansen was trying to transfer his channel over onto YouTube. I don't think it worked out too well. Chikara guessed her weight and she got mad. Why does Yaba care? Has 12 more 1 hour long videos to put out. It's going to be a while. Alright, so Chikara and Yaba are fighting. Cool. On it. I don't have an opinion of Yaba one way or the other. I do know that Chikara can also poke the bear, so there is that. I'm gonna speed this up to time and a quarter. So Hanson has some kind of pull on YouTube. Is Hanson still doing his thing on YouTube? Because I remember when Chris Hansen started going after Onision, Repzion was helping initially, and then it like all went to hell. And I just remember watching a Repzion video about how he was not overly pleased with Chris Hansen's handling of the situation. The Click reading thing, what was he reading? He was reading something, like, and it was just hilarious. I think it was like a Reddit channel. But I didn't mean to start a fight in the chat, sorry. Let's watch Mr. Snowflake. And educate myself on James Charles. I know he did makeup. I know there was something with him and Tati, who I also don't really know what the hell that's about. I know she does makeup or something. Yeah, Lee, it sounded kind of like that, honestly.
Sorry. I owe a massive apology to anybody that I've hurt or anybody that I made uncomfortable with my actions. And I also want to say I'm sorry to my friends, family, and fans that have to watch another one.
Also, whoever the hell told him that this was a cute hairstyle needs to be slapped multiple times because they lied to you, my friend.
These videos because you shouldn't have to, and this is really, really embarrassing.
Hi everyone, my name is Mr. Snowflake, and I usually make videos on losers.
Mr. Cowden.
Not every time. I recently did a documentary on Nelson Sullivan, the world's first vlogger. I didn't think he was a loser. I made the odd...
I want to watch that too, because I think that's interesting. The world's first vlogger. So I think I'll just watch that, honestly.
crime video. There's me trying to be super serious at a grave. But I primarily deal with what most of my audience, I think, would consider losers.
God, she
Amblin
was
Reed,
huge.
Foodie Beauty, Cyrax, Jupiter, the types that are somehow still on YouTube. So when I was thinking of another character I can make a video on, I was thinking, okay, who's another loser? Who's somebody else who is somehow still on YouTube?
Hi sisters, James Charles here and welcome back to my YouTube channel.
James Charles? He's been on the list to make a video on for years now. The only thing I knew about him, though, was that he had some connection to Shane Dawson. Gross.
Does look like a mushroom, sinful Puritan. Somebody yeah, I guess it could be Betty Page-ish.
So freaking gross.
And didn't he make an apology video for grooming kids? Or was I remembering that wrong? Isn't he evil, or have I just been misinformed? Well, let's find out, and see if James Charles should be removed from YouTube. First of all, who's James Charles? Well, let's not waste anyone's time. Chances are, if you're watching this, you already know who he is. And if you don't know who he is, he's a guy who does makeup on YouTube. That's the quick answer. Does makeup tutorials, he sells makeup.
He was like, these straps. He was like one of the first guys to do makeup on YouTube, wasn't he? That was kind of like his claim to fame. The chat is fighting. There's nothing I can do about it.
And chances are you already know if you like him or not.
You know what I could
Straight
do,
away,
though?
I didn't really like him. The first time I went to his YouTube channel, I was greeted with this.
Hello you guys, James Charles here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For today's video, I'm so excited to get back into this series. It has been a long time coming. We're doing another episode of trying a full face of makeup from insert store name here.
I understand that you have to turn yourself into a bit of a presenter. I'm doing it right now. You're not exactly sat with your friends, are you? You're speaking to an audience. It's going to be a different version of you. But I get big fake vibes off him. One of the reasons why I like Red Letter Media so much is that there's no fakeness there. It's just a bunch of schlubby guys speaking normally. They aren't doing the whole, hey you guys, it's your boy Mr. Snowflake, and in today's video, yeah, they don't do that. So already, I'm not a big fan of James Charles. I find him very annoying. These videos take a little bit of time to make, so a few days after going to his homepage for the first time, I went back to his homepage and saw this.
Ciao, bella grazie. Hello everybody, James Charles here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I am very excited because we are heading over to Europe for an Italian summer, baby. We are doing another episode of a full face of makeup from insert country name here.
New video, still fairly annoying. I get that me finding him annoying is me. Not everybody is going to think.
Isn't that the chick that's gone crazy and everybody's like, oh my god, what's wrong with her? Other than she was a child star and she's not a child anymore?
He's annoying. They might actually like his presenting style. And I understand out of the two of us, he's got it more right than I have. He's the one with the enormous following. He's cracked YouTube, he's made it. I just find him a little bit annoying and a little bit loud at times. And I don't like being shouted at by YouTubers.
It's a new dawn! It's a new day!
Yeah, I was never a fan of that either. I don't understand why that's a thing. I hate it. People need to, like, chill.
It's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. With some photos when you were like a fetus, cut to now being a grown adult, and everyone in the comments for some reason is going, there's no way that's the same person. Oh my god, glow up, obviously!
This is why I can't watch TikTok.
He's not funny.
Now it says we have 2 hours and 30 minutes to go, and our destination is 131 miles away, right? So surely 165 miles, 131, that's fine. There's 34 miles that should be left in the battery by the time we arrive home. Well, nope, that's funny. It says we need to charge to reach the destination, because if we don't, we're gonna get home with negative 9%.
I will say, when we got the Nissan, it's fully electric. It's a Nissan Leaf. I will say, learning to keep that thing charged is a bit of a trick, because it does warn you. It doesn't just leave you hanging. It's like any other car. It's just instead of gas, it's using electricity, which kind of makes it tricky because there's not a lot of charging stations, but there's gas stations everywhere, you know? So it's a bit of a learning curve, but it's not that different.
Negative 9! I didn't go to college, but math was always my best subject. Maybe I'm missing something, but those numbers don't seem to add up. And clearly, the car is able to calculate what the actual charge is. So
Who's driving? What? If you're freaking out in the camera, who's driving? Because the other guy's on his phone.
why are you telling me that I have 30 extra miles? You Elon Musk, you stupid fucking bitch.
I realised if we got rid of all the YouTubers who shout, thinking that loudness means funny, then there'd be about 6 YouTubers left. So we can't get rid of him from YouTube because he's a bit loud and he's a bit annoying. But has he done anything more meaningful that could perhaps warrant him not being on YouTube anymore? Yeah.
Alright. As a gay man, how does that work out for you? Hey, don't worry about spelling errors, guys. I probably won't notice them anyway. They did the post-child start. Yeah, exactly, Lin Lam. Nina Simone's trainer, babe. You're gonna have a stroke. Mr. Snowflake has a silver button, so he's not hurting as far as followers. Right, exactly, One Eye. I got you. I knew what you were saying there. I'm telling off Elon. I could shout at you, but A, it would stress my voice out, and I really don't want to. Hey, it's I learned to save the wrong species. What are you baking? And maybe I'll tell you didn't miss much. I just watched some, Repzion's apparently putting out archive videos of his videos that he did on Onision, and we just watched about, I don't know, about an hour and a half of that. And then now we're watching Mr. Snowflake's James Charles video, because it looks interesting. I don't really know a lot about James Charles. I do remember this. Like, wasn't this something that Tati was complaining about? Was James, they went to a party or something, and James was like, I only go after straight boys or something like that, and he was hitting on the waiter all night long or something.
One of the very first things I heard about James was that he goes after straight guys. If you're well versed in James Charles, who are you? But if you...
To be fair, he's replying back to Logan Paul, so...
you are, then this will be...
That's probably more of a dig than it really was a statement on his tastes.
familiar to you. I thought, oh, I bet this is just, he's made a joke, oh, I only go for straight boys, and some people have been offended because they don't like him already. I bet it was just a joke, and I'm not going to be outraged over a joke. Turns out it wasn't just a joke, and that it was in fact true.
You get to spend the most time with this. Perfectly done for our day after.
You know, James Charles, he preys on young straight men, and he used to text me shit like, I want you to come over and watch a movie, and I'm like, where are you getting these vibes from that I'm that type of guy at all that would do that? So like, he asked me to come over to his house and watch movies and shit, and he would text me weird shit, and I was just like laughing
what else? What'd he say?
I never entertained it.
And then my stick can go into the box.
Mother stick in the box.
No. Jesus Christ.
You have an issue with straight boys.
I do.
You need to work it out.
I'm working on it, girl.
You have to be able to find a masculine gay guy.
I mean, there are a million of them, but there's no challenge in that.
That's never going to end in a relationship.
You can clearly...
I mean, when your own friend is trying to explain to you why you shouldn't go after straight guys as a gay guy, I mean, like... I don't mean to be mean, but is James like blessed in that he's never hit on a straight guy who like literally hit him back. Like, I just remember that's just not something you do. You like, to the point where like a lot of my gay friends just wouldn't hit on people because they were afraid of actually getting hit. And here James is like blatantly going after straight guys because, I mean, if you go after a straight guy and he turns out to like start dating you, then he's actually bi. So he's still not straight. I don't know. I'm very confused. That was Shane Dawson's husband. Shane's gay? Wait, is Shane Dawson gay? I don't know. I don't really know if I care either.
See, or I can clearly see, when James is being all touchy-feely, that the guys he's doing it to aren't loving it. If you go
Well, he's really on this guy. This guy really doesn't like it.
to YouTube, there's tons of videos and compilations about James doing this. James Charles hitting on straight guys for 17 minutes. James Charles making straight men uncomfortable. Grayson Dolan rejecting James Charles for 2 minutes straight.
I don't know who Grayson Dolan was, but he was truly unamused by that situation.
James Charles being thirsty for yet another straight guy. I thought, well, maybe he doesn't realise he's making these guys uncomfortable. I mean, it looked obvious to me, but maybe he didn't realise and he was just messing around, just being silly.
James then saw this as an opportunity to manipulate me as a person who may or may not have been trying to figure things out about their sexuality after the fact of telling him that I was straight multiple times.
Maybe that guy accusing James there, maybe he was lying.
Hey, it's Theo. I know you texted me messages and stuff, and I'm terrible at Instagram, so. Shane is bi. Okay. I thought he dated women, Megan. I thought I remember him having a girlfriend, but, you know, good for them. Yay.
Lying. Maybe he didn't tell James he was straight multiple times. I mean, what kind of person would pursue somebody even after they've been told, no, I'm straight? I just saw your tweet and I want to clear some things up. I did not intend to sexually assault him. He did not say no or try and fight me off, so I took that as consent.
James? Honey? Sweetie? If he didn't say yes, and you kept going at it, that's not consent, hun. Hence the reason I moved in on him. Well, you know, on the one hand, it's good to know that, like, guys like James exist, because it just proves that anybody can get sexually harassed, honestly, for whatever reason. Gay, straight, bi, it doesn't matter. But somebody needs to sit James down and explain what sexual harassment is, clearly. I mean, he could still be bi, I learned. Learn to Save the Wrong Species. You know. Just because he married a guy doesn't mean he's not bi. Just means he found somebody he likes that he wants to spend the rest of his life with, who just happens to also be a guy.
Also, he claimed to be straight, yes, but I got a vibe he was actually bi-curious, hence the reason I moved in on him. And then because he didn't say no or fight me off, I took it as validation that he wasn't straight.
It's the "or fight me off" part. What? What?
So please take down your post, or my lawyers will be in contact. I'm not messing around. Turns out James Charles would pursue somebody even after being told I'm straight.
I would think if any guy told you I'm straight and you're a gay guy, like, that would be all of the, you know, information you would need to stop pursuing the individual. Like, it's not gonna work.
So even when a guy says to James, sorry, I'm not interested, I'm straight.
Bi is a real thing, yes. And bi people can be in a straight relationship and they can be in a gay relationship. They don't have to have a gay relationship and a straight relationship. Bi people exist. Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. We're not a mythical creature.
Straight, it isn't enough for him? There's so many strange James Charles clips floating around the internet. I found one where he was trying to pressure some guy into video chatting with him, straight guy.
Because you refuse to hang out with people or because you refuse to FaceTime, you're not allowing people to actually get to know you as like a human being. And that's a massive, massive problem whenever it comes to being in a relationship with somebody.
He doesn't want a video chat? Leave him alone. Leave it. Who's he to give anybody advice? Don't take relationship advice from James Charles, anybody. So at this point, I'm still dead early in the James Charles research. Already, I find him quite annoying. And now there's a bunch of red flags with how he deals with straight guys he's into.
You did flirt with me in that video.
I'm just being sarcastic, though.
No.
I mean, like, yeah, I'm being nice and, like, I'm like, joking around, but I don't want to mess with anybody's heads here, you know?
That was a very polite way of that guy saying, I'm not interested, and I'm not giving off flirty vibes. I'm just being nice. And James is like, no, you're hitting on me. Okay, that bugs me more than anything, honestly. I don't like when people think that they can just keep forcing themselves on people and that those people will eventually just cave. I don't like that. I don't like it. Yes, it's fine to be bi. This is a bi channel. I saw a joke. I think it was on Twitter one time, and it was just like, what was it? It was like, bi people be like, and then there were 3 exclamation marks. And I stared at it for the longest time, and I was like, why? What are we like? It's just, wait. And then I realized that it was 3 exclamation marks, and I was like, okay. So now, a lot of the time, I will put down 3 exclamation marks because, like, I'm bi. And apparently, we use 3 exclamation marks when 1 will do. Right, exactly, Megan. And even if they are bi or bi-curious, if they say no, it means no. Unless someone says yes, it's probably a no. Just go with that theory. Yeah, Lee. I am so awesome. They will change their life just for me. I mean, like I said, One-Eye John, you can be in a hetero relationship as a bi person. I'm in one. So. Are you the groom?
The biggest drama with James Charles is obviously the grooming accusations and the messaging children inappropriate things. It's what he's best known for.
All right, before we get too into this, I kind of sort of vaguely remember this one, and I had a conflicting emotion here because it, honest to God, sounded like the kid was setting Charles up, James up. But I was not fully informed, and I'm sure Mr. Snowflake will give us the full story. But going into this, you should know that the version of this that I was exposed to really made it sound like the kid was fishing and James fell for it. Which doesn't make it any better, but it does kind of... I hate that predatoriness. I hate that part. No definitely means no. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you don't have to have one of each. It just means you don't mind dating one or the other.
Even more than the makeup. Ugh.
James Charles snapped me on Snapchat. He added me back because I had snapped him a while ago, just like a fan to influencer conversation. This is the notification that I got when he Snapchatted me first. He started making the conversation very sexual and it made me really uncomfortable. He proceeded
Okay.
to send me explicit pictures of his body. I was getting really uncomfortable, so I told him my age. I told him I'm 16. Meanwhile, he's 21. He's a grown man. And then he proceeds to say, oh, but I didn't get to see the, meaning my body.
When I first heard about...
Now, see, here we go. Like I said, this is more of the story than I had. We both know I blocked you. You never asked for my age. After I told you I was 16, you proceeded to ask me for needs. And it said it didn't matter. You called me hot and said, I wish the timeline could speed you up so you could be 18. I am not typically somebody who's like, oh, you're too old to date people once you're an adult. And I don't really view 18 as an adult, to be perfectly frank. I still think you're in your teenage years. I still think your brain's not working properly. I don't really think past the age of 23 we should really be considering people adults, honestly, because I know until I was 24, 23, 24, I was a basket case, right? I should not have been making adult decisions. I was not prepared. And I'm not saying that isn't true about everybody, but it's true about a lot of people, okay? If you're 50 and you're dating a 40-year-old, I don't give a shit. I really don't. If you're 35 and you're dating a 40-year-old, I could care less. If you're any of those ages and you're dating someone under the age of 21, I'm gonna give you a real hard side eye because that's weird. Okay? If you're 21 and you're dating an 18-year-old, I think that's kind of weird. You know? I mean, yeah, it's still two real young people who are technically adults who are dating each other, but like, are you really, though? I just think it's weird, and I don't agree with it. Yeah, and we're not even talking about actual adults here. We're talking about a 21-year-old who's going after a 16-year-old. Like, that's actually illegal. So, yeah. Reminds me of the dudes that dress up as hot chicks to mess with people and bi people just being like, I see this as a victory. That's not bi, though. I mean, you can be bi and cross-dress, but being a cross-dresser does not mean you are bi. This is not pushing a boundary. This is breaking the law. A joke I'm from a Discord I'm in with a huge percent of trans. That's actually funny. I think that's hilarious. See, exactly. I learned to save the wrong species. Your straight kids don't have to tell you they're straight. Your kid brings home their partner and their partner's the same gender as them. You know what? It just is what it is. It shouldn't be a big deal. I was 21 with a kid and I felt like a kid raising a kid. Yeah, exactly, Renata. I dated an 18-year-old when I was 20 and it felt weird. I mean, at least you're like within 2 years of each other, I guess. But yeah, like... Well, that sucks, I learned. Dating a teenager when you were in your 20s. Exactly. You don't even have your own life under control. I didn't feel like an adult until I was 30. I think a lot of people feel that way, though. I don't understand it either, Cat Whisperer. But to be fair, bi people have always been basically invisible, so... Smug, yeah, me either. Wow, I learned. That's crazy talk. I'm sorry you had to go through that. That had to be weird. I can see that, Theo. I can see that. I guess you win if you're hot, if your other partner's hot no matter what, but I would hope you think your partner's hot, period. You don't have... Shouldn't matter if other people find them attractive, only if you do. Bye, Platinum! Yeah, I don't think it's recent, Smug. I'm with Smug on that one. I still don't feel like an adult. To be fair, Emo, I don't either. There are days where I wake up and I manage to, like, not die, and I'm just like, wow, I made it. I feel that half your age plus 7 is a good rule of thumb. As long as everyone's over 18. How's that work? So, you, like, cut your age in half and then add 7, and that's how far down or far up the spectrum. That's like a decade for most people. I would think if you get past a decade up or down the chart, assuming everyone is actually an adult, you're like jumping generations at that point. So I feel like you have a higher chance of having nothing in common because you're just two completely different generations. But you know, it works for some people. Younger Gen X and millennials have felt like kids longer because our boomer ass parents refuse to treat us like adults. Oh, there you go, learned. Well, you must be able to deal with it if you're able to talk about it, so. No one feels like an adult. What is an adult? Please explain an adult. What does adult mean? Alright, anyway, let's... You can tell I get uncomfortable with the content because I'll pause and take forever to get back to it.
James, I heard about the accusations from kids, and I assumed he was just another gross YouTuber.
Aw, come on. We love Jimmy Bunker. Don't be mean to him.
But then I watched his video explaining some of the early accusations against him.
In case anybody isn't aware of what's going on, within the past couple of weeks, 2 different people, both under the age of 18, have recently come forward saying that they had inappropriate messages with me on social media. One of them being from last year and one of them being from more recent. In both of these cases, I added these people on Snapchat, asked how old they were right away, was told that they were 18, believed them, engaged in a flirty conversation, and then later on found out that they were actually 16.
Why were you hitting on them anyway? Like, you're 21, 22, something like that. Why? Who cares if they're 18? It's still weird, dude. It's still weird.
Upon finding out, I was immediately embarrassed and blocked both people.
So at this point I'm thinking, oh, is James not a predator? And have I done that thing, which I shouldn't do, where I judge somebody without knowing the full story? But I couldn't have been wrong about who James was, because I'd seen so much from Jeffree Star about James.
I don't like Jeffree Star either, guys. I'm not gonna lie. There's something about him that just doesn't sit right with me, and I don't know what it is. And maybe it's just he's so far out there, I just can't relate. And that could really honestly just be it, but there's just something about Jeffree Star I don't like either. When crap goes down, it's the person everyone looks to for the answer. No. I just got done being the adult all weekend. I don't like that. I don't like that definition. You are not automatically an adult when you're... You are legally. But I agree with you. I don't think mentally or emotionally or sometimes physically you're an adult at the minute you turn 18. You're just not. If I didn't get uncomfortable, y'all would get uncomfortable. Adulting is surviving day to day. The bar is low. Yeah, that's true. If you keep the bar low. Like sleeper gaze. I love it. My favorite definition of bi that I've had so far is the wear gay. I like calling myself wear gay every once in a while. You assumed long pauses and tangents were ADHD. No, it's me trying to recover. I mean, it might be, but mostly it's me just trying to recover. Mine is 7 years older and we run into that all the time. Jeffree Star is messy? Yeah. We're invisible until we date the same gender as ourselves.
A few days later, on Monday, I woke up again in the middle of the night from a phone call from my little brother Ian, who was very, very upset. He told me he had tweeted saying, why do people act so tough online about somebody from his hometown who was bullying him? And Jeffree Star, of all people, had quote tweeted Ian's tweet saying, why is your brother a predator? Why did you really move back to New York City? Exactly. Shut the fuck up. Grayson is going on camera shortly to finally tell the world how you tried to molest him and touch him.
When he didn't want to send you photos back, implying that you sent photos to him. Sam from Seattle. I'm just laughing at the name, sorry. Will be joining me and Cameron to talk about you trapping him in the hotel room. You need to have the internet taken away from you. Excuse me while I put moisture on my lips. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not a fan of this. This is the cream stuff. It's sticky and it's stringy, and I'm really just using it because it has poutine on it, and I bought it, so now I'm gonna use it up. Don't recommend.
In his sleep and made him uncomfortable for months, you sick motherfucker. Next, Zach will be going on camera to tell how twisted and sick you were, trying to get him to like you and then make him feel bad when he didn't want to send you photos back. Then Sam from Seattle will be joining me and Cameron to talk about you trapping him in his hotel room. You need to be locked in prison for a very long time. You need the internet taken away from you. You are a danger to society.
Sure, distract me from this horrible conversation. This is Cream's... What is this? What did I buy? I can't read it because I'm old. And then, like... I don't know who thought this lettering was a good idea, but F them. I think it's supposed to be a lip oil. I think it's Cream's lip oil. They only have 2 of them for the poutine, so if you look for the poutine line, you'll see these. There's this one and one that's more of like a dark raspberry color. And color-wise, I don't have an issue with them. They're very pretty, but texture-wise, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy about it. And, they're sticky. They do that stringy thing. Like, they string out, and it's gross. It's like a cheese pull, only it's your gloss. The e.l.f. stuff is way better. Seriously think he does not see himself as an older adult. He still thinks he's young and relates to the younger people. Thinks he never had a childhood. Well, yeah, we say that about Amber all the time, too. Therapy is done. Were we your therapy, Rocky? I'm very sorry. We are terrible therapists. I have one that looks similar, but it's also a different brand. I mean, Cream does a bunch of things, so you might have another one that Cream did. And maybe they have different formulas for their different... What are they called when they team up? Anyway. I could stop watching it. No, it's fine. I just need to get through it.
There is a reason that Nathan banned James from ever coming over to our home again. There's a reason why I haven't seen him since Glam Life Guru's birthday in February. He is a danger to society. Everything Tati said is 100% true. Again, if you're well versed in James Charles, you'll know all about this. Tati is Tati Westbrook. She's a woman who was once friends with James, but then she uploaded a video explaining why she didn't want to be friends with him anymore.
You were talking in detail about things you wanted to do to the waiter, and when I said, James, he's straight, your response was, doesn't matter, I'm a celebrity. So freaking gross, and you said that in front of my family.
Why are you apologizing, Rocky? You don't have to apologize.
The waiter Tati was talking about
I'm so sorry, I learned to save the wrong species.
would go on to make his own video about James. In it, he was saying how he met James, they kissed for a while.
When you're drunk, the truth always comes out. I don't believe that, honestly. Not always, but I just wanted to make sure we split on good terms. You're not straight no matter how many times you tell yourself, and I hope you figure that out sooner or later. And no, we didn't split on good terms.
Then later he told James he wasn't feeling it, and that he was actually straight, and how James was saying, no, you're not straight at all. He was painting James in a bad light. But then he made another video saying, oops, ignore all that.
In all honesty, we made the video and painted James Charles in a light that wasn't right. We villainized him for our own good, and that is wrong. And I'm acknowledging that publicly now.
So now I'm really thinking, oh god, is this just a big witch hunt?
Yeah, Rocky, you don't have to apologize. Y'all don't have to apologize for going to therapy or the doctor or leaving to go work out or going to go do life stuff. It's fine. This is not important. This is just entertainment.
But no, wait. Jeffree Star said he had receipts. He said when he...
Oh, I remember this, yeah. I think this is why I was like, I don't like Jeffree Star, because he's skeevy.
He shows us why he tweeted that stuff about James, we would all understand.
I know what people want. They want me to sit here and degrade James. They want me to open up my phone and expose it
Creeps
all.
me out.
I'm done doing that. And it may be shocking. Some of you may be like, oh, you're just trying to save your own ass. Are you a liar? Are you this? I'm willing to bite the bullet and let anyone think what they want. But today I will not be posting voice memos. I will not be posting text messages. I will not be exposing anything more. This has to stop.
You started this. Don't make out like it was everybody else who did. You started this. Anyway, now I'm definitely thinking, oh no, I've judged James Charles way too soon, and maybe he's just surrounded by liars who are out to get him. And then it got worse. Tati Westbrook makes another video saying, oops, sorry James, Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson manipulated me into making that video about you, saying you were really awful. Sorry about that, James. Then I find that some of the evidence out there that James was messaging kids was faked, photoshopped or whatever, but it was fake. So I'm really thinking, oh god, he's not a predator. But he is, and
But he is.
everybody has known it for a lot longer than I've known it.
Like, I've actually never, like, been so grossed out by someone's ugliness on the inside so much.
Hi, sisters! I do not comprehend why people want to purchase makeup from him because he's, like, genuinely a fucking awful person.
And some of these minors who came forward with evidence, might I add, with video evidence of James Charles in the nude exposing his buttocks.
Another person
Not his buttocks.
outed James for exchanging nudes with a 16-year-old.
There's been multiple ones since then. There's
exactly.
been like 3 or 4 since then.
James Charles, I am so done with James Charles. Oh, I'm gonna go off on James Charles today. He needs to be put in a cage, all right? I am so done. James Charles.
Okay, here's my thing though. If everybody's basing this on evidence that has been doctored, so I need fresh. I guess what I'm trying to say here is like, I need fresh evidence. Now, video evidence of him showing off his boudoir, it definitely falls under that category because that's a little harder to fake back in the day. But I mean, nowadays it's not. So I don't know. But I know Mr. Snowflake does a good job, so I know I just need to wait and everything will be made clear.
Charles did probably the biggest oopsie of all time. So you're telling me the 10 additional people that came out against you, the minors, they're all fake?
Except for 2 that he admitted to.
Except for the 2 you admitted to, all the 10 that came out with receipts are all fake.
How many times has James apologized for this? How many times has James said I'm gonna do better? How many times has James said I've learned from all these different things?
If James was not a famous big celebrity, he probably would be in jail. I think he definitely would be.
11th underage boy comes forward, boy is 16, and appears to have exchanged photos with James.
It happened again.
It is really not that hard to not sext minors. It's just not.
I'm impressed he has a Blair White clip, to be perfectly honest.
If it was that hard, everyone would be falling into that. But most people don't have this just like long history and like rap sheet of like minors they've been involved with. James does.
There has been a total, get ready, drum roll please, 15 boys in total have made allegations against James for sending an inappropriate message.
But I opened this set, and I swear to God, it was a full ass pic. And I was just like, oh, what the fuck? To which he responded, what did I send? And I said, you just sent a child your ass pic, actually. And then, I kid you not, he said, oops, sorry, that was through my kitty girls group chat. Or maybe someone else. I don't know. Sorry. Blocked me immediately.
Things started to get really weird because he started asking me for pics of this thing over here, and I was like...
I'm sorry, that was what? This thing over here. Would have had a Peter Mon. I don't know who Peter Mon is, Renata. There had to be attorneys involved. Yeah, probably. I don't know Adam McIntyre. I'm sorry, I'm old. You can still tell AI from real photos and videos for now. For now. Poto.
What the fuck do I do? Like, do I send it? I didn't know what to do. Anyways, after sending him a couple Snapchats...
Don't send him nudes. I got a word of advice for everyone. Don't send nudes.
He started to question my confidence because I wouldn't send him a specific video that he wanted. I told him I heard my parents wake up, and he goes, oh, can't you go to the bathroom where your family can't walk in? LOL. I literally said to him, I'm tired, I need to sleep. It's like 4 a.m. and I said that my parents are gonna wake up, I need to sleep, and he didn't care. Like, he kept putting that under the rug. He's like, yo, go to the bathroom, do this, do that.
This is the problem with kids. And I'm just saying this is something I've noticed with people. especially like people who are used to social media at all times, just stop texting him. Just stop engaging. Like, don't interact. And I know it's like some people just can't not respond to a message. And I get when you're younger, it's like you feel like you have to, right? Because it's just how you interact with people. But I think people really need to sit, children especially, down and be like, you don't have to respond to a message. You don't have to say boo. If the conversation starts to make you feel uncomfortable, just stop talking to them. Delete the message, block the number, do whatever you need to do. You don't have to respond and interact with people on the internet. There's no penalty to not interacting with people on the internet. And I just don't feel like there's enough people who understand that, like, you don't have to talk to people on the internet. You can just ignore them. He was the Irish kid in the clip montage. No nudes, no problems. Yeah, I mean, I used to be into the beauty community drama tangentially, but my God, it was exhausting. Yeah.
And when I didn't do what he wants to get the whole lot out.
I told him I'm 16. Meanwhile, he's 21. He's a grown man. And then he proceeds to say, oh, but I didn't get to see the... Yeah, meaning my body. And after telling him, like, no, like, I'm not going to send it to you, he kept on asking for pictures and videos of body hair. And I went into the bathroom, and I guess he saw the bathroom light, so he started making the conversation very sexual, and it made me really uncomfortable.
Anyway, we're all going to sit here and absorb this picture of James Charles's boudoir. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it sounds like he was on some kind of video chat there. Just hang up. But they don't feel like it's okay. And I have a hard time wrapping my head around it because, like, and keep in mind, these are children. So, like, that logic circuit's not really there yet. You can just hang up. You don't have to talk. You don't have to interact with these weirdos. I don't care if they're famous. You don't have to do anything.
So many kids have come forward saying James Charles asked me for pictures and he sent pictures himself and spoke very inappropriately, pressured them into sending photos and starting video chats.
He's really into his own ass. Yeah, you missed it, Quirky. It wasn't what I thought it was. It's still good, but it wasn't what I thought it was. I feel like in this situation, it's especially difficult because James is a celebrity. Imagine being a kid and having a celebrity message you from Sinful Puritan. Yes, exactly. And I know that complicates the situation further. I do. And especially when it's somebody that you're, like, admiring or into or just, you know, I mean, even I get a little starstruck here and there because, like, I don't know, the first time Jimmy Bunker or Snowflake came into my chat, I was like, oh my God. And that's very exciting to me. But if for whatever reason I was in a conversation with them and it got uncomfortable, I walk away, but I'm also older, right? As a teenager talking to James Charles and getting attention from James Charles, I mean, I'm sure it is very difficult to just leave, but I also feel like if these kids are taught from an early age that you can just leave, just to hang up the phone, I think it would be better for them. Poto. Pics of me don't exist in the first place. Real winners quit. Well, real winners know when to quit. You paid for it. Well, when you spend money on it, I guess. Well, good luck on your life, Quirky.
I felt silly back when I thought, oh, maybe he isn't a predator, because now I've got no doubt he knew exactly what he was doing. Some of the kids he was messaging had their age listed on the social media accounts. They looked very, very young to me. They must have looked young to him, because so often he would message them saying, age check. Age check. There's one screenshot which shows one of the kids saying, oh, I'm 16, not old enough. And James replies, still illegal, LMAOO. Very To Catch a Predator vibes with that one. And it isn't just 17 and 16-year-olds he's messaged. 15-year-olds, there's even a 14-year-old, and he looks 14.
He was asking me to send him nudes, and he...
Just send a picture, dumbass. Like, how All right. If that's your game, no wonder why you suck.
Kept wanting me to go to LA and
14 years old, even if he was being tricked by all these kids, even if they were saying, oh, I'm old enough, he's still messaging
You'll do fine, Quirky. What time are you going live?
children that he's attracted to. He's attracted to all these kids he's messaging. Gross.
So freaking gross.
Can this be true, though? Can he be attracted to people, to kids this young?
I'm not physically attracted to older guys, which sucks. Like, I would date, like, the absolute youngest, like, 18, 19 that looks a little bit older, or, like, 24 that, like, has a young personality. Okay. Why don't you come visit? Like, well, I can't afford a plane ticket. Yep. And it's like, okay, well, I can. So, like, get on the plane. And, like, well, I just don't really feel comfortable with that. But, like, I love you and I really want to be together. And I'm like, well, we can't be together because you can't afford a plane ticket. You're probably still in either high school or college, like a senior in high school or in college. Right. So, like, either you accept the flight and realize that, like, this is what I'm bringing to the relationship so we can spend time together if you actually care about me. Yep. Or we literally never meet.
I get very R. Kelly vibes with this one.
Do you like teenage girls? When you say teenage, how are we talking?
Well, if teen is in the number, we're talking about teenagers. 6 p.m.? Okay. This part is gross. I take it some of you have already watched this. Well, I mean, it's only a day old. Dang. Yeah, Lee, a lot of kids are taught that they can't leave a situation they're in. I don't necessarily agree with that kind of this kind of a thing, you know? I don't know. Hey, Gunnaret, good to see you. Bye, K-Buns. Thanks for coming by. Oh, got it. He premiered it for members. Holy power dynamics, Batman. Yeah, I mean, I have never been groomed, never tried to groom someone, don't plan on it in any aspect of my life ever. So I don't really understand exactly how it works, but I do know that, like, well, basically Stockholm Syndrome kind of a thing. I know that shit will screw people up. So. And I know power dynamics are a thing. So. Oops.
Girls who are teenagers.
Okay, you're probably still in either high school or college, like a senior in high school.
I just like his face. Girls who are teenagers. It's just like, well, what?
Or in college. Okay, you're probably still in either high school or college.
Was that a big Freudian slip there from James saying high school? Did he just misspeak? Because he has spoken to kids who are in high school. So he isn't high schoolers. And he just never learns. He just keeps doing it. After learning all of this, YouTubers hating him, seeing all the victims come forward, I went back and watched that early apology video again, which is called Taking Accountability, which he's since deleted. Brilliant.
Asked how old they were right away, was told that they were 18, believed them, engaged in a flirty conversation, and then later on found out that they were actually 16. Upon finding out, I was immediately embarrassed and blocked both people. Later on, when I saw them making videos about it and those videos going viral, my immediate reaction, completely honestly, was to be really, really upset. I wanted to get on camera and...
You guys are being funny in the chat. It's just monkeys with shoes. Fair.
Film another No More Lies video where I gather all my receipts and all my screenshots and try to tell my side of the story and then just move on from the situation. And now, looking back, that was so stupid because as I did more research on these topics and self-reflected, I realized that the receipts and the screenshots and the specific details of the interaction really don't matter.
Receipts and screenshots don't matter. I think they do. And you'd think he would have screenshots and receipts of future interactions to prove that these kids are lying, considering he gets accused every other Sunday. But he never has any receipts. Kids have receipts of his ass on their phone. They've got receipts of things they've said to him, and they've got receipts of their age, being on their social media accounts. They've got the receipts to show that James Charles never learns. So don't do a Jeffree Star, James. Don't say you have receipts and not show them.
I realized that the receipts and the screenshots and the specific details of the interaction really don't matter.
Okay, pictures of it didn't happen, James. Risky asking for pictures off James Charles. Although I'm too old, he won't like me. Although I am straight.
I do understand that with these videos coming to light, it's really
well, you got that going for you, I guess.
It's really...
So he likes older straight men and younger gay men. Younger gay boys. They're not even legally men.
Looking period. Like, I'm actively searching for younger people to be in a relationship with, and I just want to say firsthand that that is absolutely not the case. My hope has always been to be in a relationship with somebody around my age or older.
Around your age or older. Don't lie now, James.
Bye, Dev.
I'm not physically attracted to older guys.
So should James Charles be removed from YouTube? That's the question I asked at the beginning. That's the title of the video. Yeah. He's messaged too many kids. Pictures of his ass. This is a fact. Why are people like this allowed to carry on making videos for kids? And it is children who make up the vast majority of his audience. You see when he's out in public, mainly kids. So I'm not sure why he thinks it's okay to keep getting his ass out and body out on camera, knowing all his audience are kids. It's weird. At first I was thinking, how does he still have support? I know he's lost a bit since all the allegations, but he's still making an amazing living. He's still a millionaire. How can he have so much support? But it's kids, so I can't blame. You can't blame the kids for supporting him. Some of his audience, some of the kids will grow up one day and have kids of their own, and they'll think back and think, God, why was I a fan of James Charles? He was creepy as fuck. And some of the other kids will grow up and not have their own kids, but they'll still think, what the hell was I doing there? Why was I supporting that guy? And not only is he annoying to me and a predator who somehow isn't in jail, but he's also a big old narcissistic bully as well.
And then what is it that you said about James in one of the videos?
It was such a blowout comment. I was making 5 videos about the Ace family. I was coming for Austin. And I'm like, Austin is so narcissistic, self-absorbed. I'm like, the only other person I can think on this platform like that is James Charles. That's all I said. And then I continued blasting Austin. And James Charles was like, what was the comment? Do you have the comment?
Yeah, I've got it right here. So James Charles leaves a comment on your TikTok, from his TikTok, and says, keep my name out of your mouth. You do not know me. Which is so psycho, by the way.
Maybe stop talking to kids, and then people won't have anything to say about you. Apart from that your makeup's really good. Is it? I don't know. Probably.
So he sent this guy he's still threatening people.
Good memories.
He said, hi, can you please remove your TikTok of me?
Oh.
If you don't, then my legal team will be in contact with you. Thank you.
Not the legal team.
That shit again.
People make videos on James and he doesn't like it. But he's given me and everybody else material to use. I've no doubt at all now he knew exactly what he was doing. Some of those kids look so young. 14 and 15. They look 14 and 15 because they are. They're 14 and 15 years old. It's madness. I know at the start I said, I make videos on people.
I would love to see her react to one of his videos.
My audience would consider losers. And from the outside, he's different to those that I normally cover. He's rich. He's successful. He has a huge fan base who love him. But to me, he's the biggest loser of all of them. He just has a bit more money than the regular losers we cover. Anyway, video over. I'm not going to look at James Charles's face for a long, long time. Creeps me out. Looking at his face, knowing all the criminal things he's done. And it is criminal. Yeah, the way he deals with straight guys, bit weird. The way he speaks to children is criminal. But I think we can all agree, the worst thing about James Charles is that Amberlynn Reid is a fan of his. Bye, sisters.
Is that what prompted this?
So I know that a lot of people don't like him because of some rumors and some drama and whatever it is.
I just forgot how round she was back then.
Personally love James.
And those two giant ass industrial fans that they had in the bedroom because they couldn't keep the room cool enough. Ugh. Anyway. He also has an armpit fetish. I mean, I'm not going to go after people for their fetishes that I don't have. But I will go after you if you're, like, targeting people who are not of age. That's gross. And also illegal. One of the Dolan twins. I don't know who the Dolans are. Why are you not surprised? Because it's right in the wheelhouse for Amber. I thought we were free of Amber. No, we're never free of Amber. I actually just caught up with her videos today. Is this what made Brentman Rock leave the community? The makeup community? Maybe. Dolan twins. He just posted? I guess I need to get caught up then. Thought he would make a... Alright, well. Shayna, what I thought the Onision videos were going to be, the Repzion videos, I thought he had made like a documentary style show, video. There we go, words. I thought he had made another documentary style video going back over the Onision stuff, but what it looks like it is just clips, older clips, or older videos of his Repzion's about Onision, and he's putting them together in chronological order. So I still think that's interesting. Sorry, but not what I thought I was going to be watching, so. Don't both Amber's video, they're both boring. Oh, if it's the food aversion one, I've already watched that one. I've already reacted to it. No, I reacted to the 2 most recent Amber videos. I reacted to Glitter and Laser's new swimsuit haul while she's on vacation again in Miami. Such a hard life she leads. And I've got a list of other things to get on. Oh my goodness. I know there's a new April Lauren one to watch. I really do want to watch this one from Steve for Change, or Strive for Change. I think he's interesting, and he seems like a really nice guy, so. Yum. Are you making pie? I learned to save the wrong species? Yes, Megan, another swimsuit haul. I can look. No, I don't need to read. I know Onision. I know. Vocabulary channel, everyone grab a Kermit. Bye, Smug. Yeah, actually, I only wanted to be on here for a few hours, so. And we have achieved that. Oh yeah, I was trying to watch this. Guys, she's so boring. She's just so damn boring. But anyway. So. The problem with Anna is she's insincere. And she really likes her butt. What is it with these people and their asses? Did I talk about... No, I have not talked about the... Oh, well, no, I did talk about the vacation. I mentioned that, yeah, I got my cool new hat. I've got some little things here and there. I got some cat toys. We had a good time. Thank you. It's a new dress. There's a cute little shop in Salem called Modernly Millie's, and they sell all these really cute 1950s style dresses with these really neat prints and stuff on it. Like, they had this style dress, only it had possums, big pink possums on it. It was really cute. I don't like possums very much though, so I got this one instead. It's got bees. Little bees. I keep trying to watch her, but I know people want me to react to her. I've had more than one person ask, and there's just nothing to react to. When is Alex due? I have no idea. I feel like she's not even in her second trimester, or she's just in the second trimester. So. She did a food crawl for her baby moon. She's throwing her own baby shower. Like, she's putting her baby shower together. Like, isn't that something your family's supposed to do for you? I think it's weird. Strive for Change watches your stuff. He seems great. Yeah, I've only watched like a video and a half of his, and it's been nice. So he reacted to my live reaction of his video, the first video of his that I watched, and it was just really cute. And I'm glad he didn't think I was mean, because I was a little worried that he might think I was mean, but Do they have plus size? They do, but I don't know how plus they go. But this is an extra large. So I don't, and their sizes vary by who makes the dresses, because this is an extra large and the other dress I got is a 1X, and my measurements are not usually I don't usually need to buy a 1X is what I'm trying to say. Extra large, yeah, that I'm used to, but so yes, they have plus size, but I'm not sure what the measurements are. Oh yeah, Modern Millie's got some cute shit. So go check out their website, but pay really close attention to the measurements though. So is Alexandra really pregnant? I believe she's pregnant. I believe she's pregnant. I don't think she's got the baby bump she thinks she does, but because she's been claiming her baby bump's been showing since like month 1. So that's not how baby bumps works. Anna wears a 2X, my ass. Oh shoot, that's tomorrow. Woo! I was like, oh crap, I missed my doctor's appointment. No, I didn't. That's my friend. I don't need to respond to that. The planchette earrings. Yes, aren't they awesome? I don't know if you guys saw it, but I got a planchette cat nip toy too. It says yes and no on it. Kind of. It's their favorite one. I bought them a witch's hat too, and the planchette's the one they all go nuts over. Alex has already gained a ton of weight. Look at her face. And her shoulders are getting broad. She has no neck. All right, then. Baby showers are bollocks. It's weird because she says, like, the reason we're having the baby shower is so that we can... So our friends and family can buy the things on our baby register so we know what we don't need to buy ourselves. I'm just like... I mean, I know that's the point of a baby shower. It just sounded so... like, materialistic. It was just kind of like a... where I'm throwing myself a party so people can buy me presents. It was just kind of spoiled sounding. So. Planchette and a witchy hat. Thank you guys. I'm going to decorate it out. You will eventually see it again, but I'm going to put some flowers around here. I want to get some butterflies. I want to get some like spring and summer inspired stuff because that's what it's supposed to be. My summer witch hat. My spring and summer witch hat. But people do buy a lot of crap for babies that they don't end up using because they're babies. I think it was Mama Goob was saying when she had her kids, like none of them even slept in the crib because they were always sleeping in like the bouncy chair or I think in a bassinet in the room or something. It does sound presumptuous. You helped out, but you didn't throw them yourselves. Yes, I am back from Salem. I am recharged and back from Salem. I did get some nice stuff in Salem, and I'm very happy about it. I got some good souvenirs, too. For other people. Bought a recliner for $400. Recliners aren't cheap, though. I mean, I saw somebody had a diagram of this chair. I guess it's like a bariatric chair, which... I mean, she's huge, so... I'm not trying to be a dick, but... she's huge. Salem Video Hall. I do need to put a video together. I took a bunch of clips of things. I got a bunch of, like, 10-second clips that I wanted to just kind of string together and kind of make, like, some kind of a video out of. I don't know how good it's going to be, though. I still haven't put together the, Atlantic City video that I made. She says it was... She's over 350, though. There's no way she's only 350 pounds. No, she's got to be close to 400 at this point. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe her face just makes her look fatter than she really is. But I guess I need to go get caught up on the beef. YouTube drama. Yes, the drying rack for your bottles. All right, y'all. Let's see. I'm gonna go play some Project Zomboid, I think. That's not what I wanted. That's what I want. I'm gonna go play some Project Zomboid, maybe some Sims. I don't know. I'm kind of losing interest in the games I'm playing, but I'm not really entirely sure why. So. I love silly, pointless drama. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on. It's probably going to be something stupid, and I'm going to say as much. I'm probably not going to vlog about any of that drama, though. There's no point. You want to see the Atlantic City old lady gamblers? I didn't actually take any videos of them because, like, that wasn't the point of the trip, but it was pretty entertaining. Also, I try really hard not to get too many people in the videos that I take. I mean, I know there are some people because it's just unavoidable, but I try not to. So I guess my point is I wouldn't go in there and be like specifically hunting down the lounge lizards. I don't know what NOLA is. But Salem's really cool if you've never been. And there's more to Salem than just like the witchy stuff. There's a lot of really good history. If you like pirates, there's a lot of good pirate history there. It's a beautiful location in general. It's the home of the National Guard. That's where that got started. There's a lot of firsts there. Their Peabody Essex Museum is beautiful. And they've got this really cool China house in there that's from like... The house itself is 200 years old. And they acquired it sometime recently, I think. But... yeah, I had a great time. Definitely will go back. Yeah, Shayna, she's going to gain another 30 to 50 pounds. That's insane. I can't imagine. All right. If you've made it this far, go ahead and put a witch's hat or a witch of some variety down in the comment section after I just get done telling you there's more to Salem than a witch. Where in the States is Salem? Massachusetts. There are Salems everywhere. We are specifically talking about Salem, Massachusetts. New Orleans, Louisiana's NOLA. Gotcha. I don't want to go there. It's hot and wet. My family's from there, and I don't want to go back. We ran away for a reason. So, yeah. Oh, Dolce de Corgi. It's good to see you, man. Bye. All right. On that note, I'll talk to everybody later. See you all in the next one. Bye.